The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
What's today? Hump Day? Hump Day! You're looking live at a chilly Tostitos Championship Plaza outside the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is windy, 58 degrees. It feels like 52. The high is going to be 61, and the low tonight, fellas, 43.
Ooh, nobody likes that. He is Shannon. He is a bundled up Nate. Chris Beam is in the back, twerking and tweaking.
Whoa!
Yeah. Jesse is coming in hot at some point.
Okay.
I am Kurt. 2 pumps.
Yeah. 3 will get you a penalty, bro.
Get you a flag.
Together, we are the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People
Feel
us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Thank you again, Wingstop, for the gear and the food. And, man, we got our, 2 days of fall. And then winter will be here next week. I think it's supposed to be down in the 40s.
Wow.
30s maybe. So how you guys doing today? Mentals and dentals, y'all good?
I'm good, man.
Tired, but good, yeah.
I'm good.
All right, what, you been staying up watching baseball this week?
Yeah.
Did you watch
So
it?
how is it going? How is baseball going?
Toronto's
I know
up.
it's the World Series.
Yeah, Toronto's up 3 games.
No, it's 2-2.
2-2, yeah. 2-2.
So this guy that's a phenom, this pitcher, batter, they say he gave up gave up 4 runs the other night.
I can't remember who all got charged with him. He didn't give them all up.
Oh, he didn't give them all up. Okay, I just little highlights.
Yeah.
I don't watch enough.
Yeah.
They played till what, 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, 18
2 nights
innings.
ago?
I made it to about 15 at 1 a.m. I went to bed, so I'm a little tired.
Save a little bit for hanging with the boys. Man.
A little bit, just a little bit. Jesse's on his way. He'll be here soon.
How long he said it'll take him to get here?
He said 110 years ETA. I think that's a typo. I think he probably meant 110. So quick story before we get into football. We're coming in down the hall. Nate's coming from the cafeteria, Chris coming from the cafeteria. We all converge at right there by the security desk, coming down the same hall, and here comes all of us have desserts in our hand, and Steven's walking down the hall, Stephen Jones, and about 15?
Yeah, high-powered guys.
Yeah,
Must be high power.
all
Steven's taking them.
dressed up in nice suits. Steven's walking down the hall, and Nate hands me this plate of cookies and goes, here, take this. Steven, who are these distinguished gentlemen we have here? Steven goes, this is Nate Newton. He's on the wall.
Yeah.
And then Nate's just shaking hands. And commenting everybody and complimenting them. And so Nate
Jesse, you would have been proud of me. Jesse Holly would have been proud of me.
Nate knows how to play the game.
Look here. If they call my name, I turn, hey. Everybody else call my name. Hey, I got to go to work.
Yeah, he's on the wall. He's on the wall over there, has a couple Pro Bowls, he said, something like that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Nate's on the wall.
All pros.
Over here.
Yeah.
No big deal. So
Yeah,
we get
man.
Mr. Jones, I got 3 Super Bowl rings for you too, buddy.
we get to hang out with him.
Yeah, we get to hang out, bro.
Isn't that awesome?
So what's on your
Ride those coattails.
What you said? Something, Chris?
No, I said I didn't think you were going to bring up the 3 Super Bowls you got for his fingers.
Nah, man. I wasn't ready.
That would be funny.
Until Jesse get here, because I felt so bad last week doing all of that studying. I don't like being right because that hurt me. The Cowboys, we got beat. I'm like, man, I did all that studying to tell everybody this. I just did minimal study this week. So what I got to say going to be real quick, so I'm going to wait on Jess. Because I do not want to be beat 2 weeks in a row. But
Did you find it depressing to look at that film?
No, I'm not gonna start. Hey, let's go to your questions, Kurt.
All right. We'll start with Kurt's first one.
Yeah.
Shoddy again said in his press conference today, did he end like right before we went on the air, Chris?
Yeah.
Because I was listening to it in the car before I got out.
Yeah.
So he again said there's going to be some changes. And he was talking about, I think we all assume it's on the defensive side of the ball. And he was talking about his press conference how Eberflus has been really good about it because as an assistant coach, you don't ever want the coach in your meetings. He said he used to take offense to it when, Pete Carroll would sit in his meetings or Rex or whoever. He's like, why are you in here? And he said Eberflus has been really good about him sitting in and listening. But I think all these changes we're thinking about are going to be on the defensive side of the ball. Do they need to change stuff on the offense?
I heard something that was real important that Brian, our guy.
Broadus?
Yes, he said that our center was ready to go. And they just wanted to ride with Hoffman. And I just did not understand that.
Yeah.
I do understand if they're equal, but I think a lot of people think that this kid is better than Hoffman.
Yeah.
So, and then I even heard one of their guys on Derek's show say that, his limited play as a offensive player, he always wanted the better guy to forsake the bonding that an offensive lineman. And I'm with him on that.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
A lot of times you want to go because you got a rhythm going. You want to keep it going. You got unity within the offensive line. But if you're telling me that this guy is a step better in all phases of his game, I would prefer the better guy in there because it makes the guys that are not as good even greater. We never heard a lot about Steele negatively until Zach Martin left. When Zach Martin left, it got blew up. That's because Zach Martin was Zach Martin.
Yeah.
So I just believe that whatever's going on there, that was not good for me to hear.
No. So you think BB's the better center?
I don't know because this is one of the games that I had to be able to judge. See, I knew who DJ Jones, I'll never forget him, number 93 for Denver. Other kid's number 96. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't want to mess it up because I got great respect for what he does. When I see guys like that can bring heat to – remember when I said when Mozzie first got here and I told you two guys specific, I say if he doesn't do anything but get off the rock as fast as he can and put his hands in the middle of the center, he would change the complex of this defense. When number 93, that's all he does. Now he even – because he came from a different team. He now, once you learn to dominate at being just that one aspect of the game, now he's starting to make plays. You get what I'm saying? Because now it's normal for you just to take off and kill the center. But now you're starting to read your keys and you're starting to make plays. That right there, if you can take the middle of someone's offense or the middle of someone's defense and gash it and beat it up and just physically whoop it, you now everything opens up for you. And that is what Denver did to us. They had them literally scared to run that ball up inside. And so, but for me to hear that Cooper Beebe was ready, he's a young guy. We're trying to give him all the reps he can get. Because this thing, like when we draft guys this year, and I know I'm jumping ahead, but I'm just killing time for Jess. When we draft guys this year, let's say we hold on to these number one picks. From OTAs, from when they get off the plane, whoever go and meet them at the plane and shake their hand and give them their jersey, and we have a meeting with them. You know how the press comes, oh, this is our number one pick. Oh, this year we got a double take. We got 2 number one picks if it goes that way. Mm-hmm. Now, the first thing they should be saying is whatever position it is, coach, they starting. they starting.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this world of limited reps, no preseason, you have to get these kids every mental and physical rep that you can. And that's why it kind of shook me a little bit. BB's, 2 years in now?
Yeah.
He needs every rep he can get.
Were they worried that because Denver's got such a good defense, they didn't want to throw him to that fire?
If that's the problem, we shouldn't have drafted him.
Yeah.
I'm serious. If that is the problem, now quarterbacks, that's the only exception I make with any position. Y'all hear me say, nah, quarterback, I'll make an exception. Yeah. But any other position, no, I'm not making no exceptions. If you drafted him, if you started him, if he's better than Hoffman, why is he not playing? Unless, and y'all they did not state this, unless he was not physically ready to come back. But they did not state that. I did not see anywhere where they didn't say he was physically ready to come back.
That's something, you talked about, Ronald Jones was ahead of Booker at the start of camp. Guyton last year was on the behind, that kind of thing. So that's just.
I don't like that, because when you draft a guy, okay, if you drafted an outside linebacker, and when we had the other guy here that's at Green Bay, okay, bro, you got to go on the other side or you got to be on the bench. This is elite you're talking about. If you happen to have, because of the numbers fail and you get a guy first round, but you got elite sitting there, no, sir. Now, I ain't finna take elite off the field for a guy I'm finna try to get ready to play and learn the NFL. But if you don't have elite and you drafted this guy and he's already the starter, why is he not the starter unless something was still physically wrong? What do you two guys think? What's your take?
I mean, unless they, Hoffman brings this real fiery, in-your-face, talking trash attitude, unless they feel like that's something they really, really need, I agree. Cooper Beebe seems to be.
If he's that guy.
He was the starter
right
at the beginning of the year, and it seems like he had a good, solid rookie season. I don't know why you wouldn't keep building on that.
What are your takes?
I would play him because he hasn't had. Has he had any reps with the rest of the group they have in there?
Yeah, remember they started
a couple of games, right?
Yeah. I just believe you got to build some type of rhythm.
Mm-hmm. And a couple of games ain't gonna get you that.
Yeah. Thank you. And for us not to. And maybe Coach knows something. I'm trying to get Coach Schottenheimer all the love in the world. But when you have a Javonte Williams, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, we call him the Juggernaut on the pre- and post-game show. We call him the Juggernaut. Why isn't he touching the ball a minimum of 25 times? I'm talking about running. I ain't talking about no passes. Be throwing some passes, that's even more touches. But why isn't this guy touching the ball 25 or more times a game, running?
I don't think he's done that once. I don't think he has.
Is he not built like that? Is he, I got to get somebody to ask Coach that question.
He had 20 rushing attempts against Green Bay overtime.
And I think you have a stat in here, right?
Yeah. He's I want to say he hasn't had 25 total touches at all. I think his high is 24 this year. So
Williams, number 9. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Williams the key? ? Cowboys are 3-0-1 when he has rushed for 100. Rush has 100 yards from scrimmage, not rush, but when he's had 100 yards from scrimmage, and 0-4 when he doesn't. Also 2-0-1 when he has 20 plus touches. I'm not one of them guys that do the numbers and all of this right here, but I can see with my eyes that, and I understand developing blue. I understand that. But that's what preseason for. Preseason will be here soon enough. Just put him in there. You know, you get what I'm saying? If we blow somebody out, when we getting blowed out, you see they put the other kid in there. What's the backup quarterback?
Milton.
Yeah, with 4 minutes left, we could have let him touch the ball 30 times. Who cares? The game over.
So he's averaging 15 and a half carries a game and 3 receptions a game.
So
under 20 touches overall.
I just, he seemed to be valuable. He seems to help your offensive line, which is you keeps the pass rush at bay. Everybody laughed at Jake Ferguson every week. Boy, you love some Jake Ferguson. 51 catches, 5 yards of average. Yes, he's a part of the run game. He's a part of the pass game. And we should have had some plays that came off of those zero routes that he run down the line of scrimmage after he's helped the tackles block. And then he goes down. Yeah, Denver said, nah, we ain't finna let you get that this week. Mm-hmm. So we should have had other options coming off of that, right? I mean, I'm not saying nothing that Coach Schottenheimer and them don't understand. And then if we see where you got us, you get us one time, you get us twice, but you can't keep giving me 3-4 times. Now come on now, we got to have something off of this. I mean,
what can you run off if he's running down the line like you said, and they've got it sniffed out? He can.
Well, you kind of jammed up because you are taking away half of the field. You rolling out or coming out to one side, so you're just working about 1/3 of the field. You got to have something kind of leaking back slow, because everybody's rolling over, and it is easier for you to stay with your man because that's just our play. But I'm just banking that they have something, a throwback across the field or something that makes them, we got the players. Offensively, we have the horses offensively that if you can get that ball back across the field, they're going to make something happen, All
right, let's take our first break. When we come back, more football talk on Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by Blockchain.com.
Blockchain.
Thank you, Blockchain.com. Welcome to the show, Jesse.
You guys miss me?
Yeah, Nate has, because he made it clear right up front that he ain't watched no film this week.
Oh,
I watched film. It's just not enough to punish
He
me.
said it depressed him last week that he was right because he watched so much film that he knew what was coming. So he ain't watched that much this week. So we were talking about before you got here. He heard from Broadus that BB was ready to go this week.
Good.
And, last week, and they didn't play him. They decided to go with Hoffman. That he could have gone last week. So we were talking about, trying to get in Shotty's head and wonder why.
That was
they
probably
would do
best.
That. You think?
That was probably
against
best.
that defense.
Against that front, that was probably best. Because no. See,
You just the way you made it sound out.
Listen, you ever been in a room full of people and you say something and then the one dude laugh and now the person that you talking about, he mad because he laughed and all I was trying to say was...
If he wouldn't have laughed, you'd have been fine.
Yeah. But no, it was probably best because you have to understand, like, just because a person is medically cleared to go, you don't always want to just throw them out there to the wolves. Mm-hmm. We've seen what that looked like in another player. We hope that that's not what it looks like when two more players come back later on in the year. So I think for this one was kind of like Shotty looked at that front and go,
high ankle sprain.
You've been out for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it was. And I ain't gonna do you like that. I'm not gonna throw you out to those wolves. And all of a sudden now your confidence is rattled.
Is that his call or the offensive line got white?
Lord, gee. Oh, my God.
I think it might be a combination of both. Because you always hear the term of sometimes you have to the players, you need to protect yourself from the players, to protect themselves from themselves. Because they always want to go. But you have to be able to look at it and go, okay, how did he look in practice? And then as a coach go, you're not going. Yeah. This is not the week for you to go. We'll give it one more week, and then we'll let you go up against a less formidable opponent because you don't want to break confidence. You don't want to stress out whatever energy they're trying to come back from, and but I can fully expect Cooper Beebe to be back in the lineup when they take on Arizona.
Riley's the offensive line coach.
Riley.
White Cotton's the defensive line.
Yes. Yeah. Connor Riley is the offensive line coach, pseudo-offensive line coach in tandem with Clayton Adams.
Do y'all think the Cowboys should be more aggressive with these two guys they have on the outside? Do you think they should be taking – it seems like some games they get somewhat aggressive and some games – is it that – the game dictates what you can and can't do. Like last week, probably didn't have time to get too aggressive, right? Had to get the ball out early. But should they find some plays where they're going down the field more often with the tools that they have?
Okay, so here's the thing about going down the field. Like if you're talking about just like go routes, all right, cool, ball snap, we're just going to throw a go route. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, balls out. Mm-hmm. There's not much needed from the blocking aspect of it all. If I see the matchup, I catch the ball. Sometimes I can just catch it 1-2 and let that thing fly. But when you start talking about matriculating the ball down the field vertically, we're talking about blocking now. Right. Which
you didn't have
and
much of this week.
Part of what I've tried to explain to people about this offensive line, Dak has been doing wonders behind this offensive line. So the more often you put Dak in a 5 or 7-step drop, the closer you are to catastrophe happening. So it's cool every once in a blue. Like even the play when he had the deep over to CeeDee Lamb in the game, right? You go back and you watch that play, and the design of it is cute. It looks amazing. Tyler Smith, he slammed down on the guard into the center, and then they semi-roll right, and you see Tyler Guyton spin out opposite the way that they're rolling to come back. They let Benito go free. Well, what ended up happening? Your left tackle got beat inside where you know he can't. Like the play is designed, you can't get beat inside.
because you don't have the help there anymore. We're spinning Tyler Smith out to go get Benito, who's rushing from the outside. Remember, you left him out there, you chucked him, and then you can't get beat inside. You get beat inside. But Dak is so masterful in the pocket. He's backpedaling, and he gets just enough on it before he is absolutely drilled by 300-pound dudes. Now, if he isn't as good, or you put that scenario into play multiple times, now that becomes a sack. That becomes, when you watch the play, like when I tell you he just gets enough on it, because if not, it goes straight up in the air to the interception. Yeah. And so the more you start talking about that level of going down the field, that's different. That's different than you just saying, Hunt, and I'm throwing a go ball. And let Pickens beat the man on the line of scrimmage and try to go make a play. That's different than you're talking about design stuff down the field. Now you got to go 2 tight end sets. Now it's a 2-man route. Now there's less stuff happening, more focused on those 2 guys. It's less in the flow of the game. So being more aggressive that way, I think Coach Schottenheimer understands that this offensive line isn't the best at pass protecting right now, and hence why you see this offense being at such the short routes are so prominent in this passing game. The timing of it all is coming out quicker. You're seeing when they are taking those calculated deep shots, it's 2 tight end sets. It's rolling Dak out a certain way, because having him just standing in the pocket, again, once in the blue is fine, but over time with the way they aren't truly being able to hold up their blocks, especially on the ends, especially your tackles, you're welcoming that catastrophe to happen to your quarterback.
Would you incorporate more go routes with as good as Pickens is with the late hands and the way he pulls, PI calls? Would you do a little bit more than what they're doing, or is it just the game kind of dictates what you're able to do?
The game dictated, and also teams just aren't letting you throw these deep balls to these guys. You have to pick and choose when they're dictating it. Mm-hmm. They're doubling guys, or they're shading guys over there. So the opportunity for you to throw go routes, because even if you come to the line of scrimmage, you have to recognize it. You have to be able to come to the line of scrimmage and go, oh, this is the one play where now we have man-to-man coverage, and then be right. Like he has to win at the line of scrimmage, the ball has to be completed there, and now we have to make sure all those things come into play. Taking the shots are fine, but again, you always have to remember, if we don't complete it, when are we taking these shots? Are we taking them on first down, second down, third down? How is it happening? The unfairness that this offense has been put in because of the lack of defense is that everything has to be so freaking calculated that we can't really waste plays.
Sacrifice a down.
You can't sacrifice it down, because now I'm like, damn, we got to punt. Now if we punt, the likelihood of that opposing offense probably going to get points is very high at this point in time. Mm-hmm. Right? Any offense that has anything worth them, is the likelihood of them scoring points on your defense is high right now. So you want to take them, but I got to make sure that it's right. I got to make sure, we're not too backed up. I got to make sure it's a lot of factors that come into it. And it's unfair, but the offense can't miss a beat. They can't miss a beat. They can't miss a play. Things got to go absolutely perfect for them. You got to get points out of every single drive. And if you don't, you find yourself up, doo-doo creek with no paddle, because your defense can't stop anybody.
All right, let's take our last break.
I'm definitely ain't sticking my hand in the creek.
Yeah, don't put out that creek water.
Take our last break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Arizona Cardinals defense on Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven, where there is a $5,000 winner every single day. Shop with 7 rewards, then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/2026. U.S. and D.C. Ages 16 and over. For full official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-day.com/rules. All right. Nate, you pointed this out yesterday and I think maybe even Monday and Tuesday that this Cardinals team has been in every game. Their 5 losses have been, single digits, every one of them?
Yeah, I think
they're 2-5.
Score like 13 or something.
Yeah, 150. They've only been outscored 154 to 153, which is weird. But all 5 of their losses have been by single digits, so they've been in every game, right?
Yes.
And their defense is not that bad, right?
13
they got some good players.
Run, 13 versus the run, 25 versus the pass. This team, I'm telling you, we are sitting here saying it's wrong that we got this defense to go along with Dak. I promise you, they fans up there saying, man, if our offense could just do this. These guys, tell me if I'm wrong, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if I'm wrong. These guys are very disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
They run a 3-4 defense. Their linebackers are their strength. Now, they do have Calais Campbell, number 93, defensive end, and they have Delvin Thomason, their nose tackle. But most of their work is being done by their linebackers and their safeties. They do a lot of work, but this is the part I want to get to. It looked like they playing a defense that we abandoned about 2 weeks ago. And these guys are running this thing to perfection. And tell me I'm wrong, Jess.
I'll stop you when you're lying.
They play hard. They play fast. Even when things go wrong, you can see it ain't no panic. You know, how our guys be looking around when something happens. They're going to do that. They're going to test the discipline of our offensive line. Can you block me for anywhere from 6 to 12 plays to score? If you get me, you got me. But you're going to have to do this every time. You're going to have to come out, be disciplined on offense. Don't have these pre-snap penalties. Your wide receivers, we're going to keep them in front of us, and we're going to tackle them.
So they're a zone thing.
Yes.
Keep everybody in front of the pressure. Where we weren't getting the pressure. That was the
thing is, they're not a big sack team. They're not a big sack team. But they're going to depend on their guys being in the right place, knocking down enough passes, or keeping you in a short enough run here and there. Because the average 4.2 a carry when you do run the ball, like 100 or 109 yards that people rush for. But it's something about them that you gonna play them all the way to the wire. Their 5 losses have been lost with 2-3 minutes left in the game or 5 minutes left in the game. I'm telling you, their defense could be something special if their offense would just get a few more points. Now, I've seen them drop 2 or 3 interceptions. I've seen them drop. Buda Baker dropped one against the Colts. The game after that, the Green Bay game, Thompson dropped one. Right in their hands. They are a well-coached team. And I'm talking about all I've looked at is the defense. And they believe in their 3-4. They'll give you some 4-man looks. They'll give you a dime and nickel. They'll take out the big guys and leave all the linebackers. They got Sweat on that team. They got some athletes, but they are not at their best. I'm talking about like when we knew Sweat with the Eagles. We knew Calais Campbell 5 years ago. But they can make plays, and they still will make plays if you slip up. The big thing is for me, they have number 94, Delvin Thomason, big kid. They have number 92, Bilal Nicholson.
Blau
Nicholson. And number 79, he may not get much run, but these are big nose guards. These are big nose guards. Now, they come out when they finna get some hot and heavy pass rush, they'll come out, but it's first and second down, and as they figure it's a run situation, you're going to see one of them big boys sitting in the middle.
When I watched him, and I think everything Nate was saying, I think you're correct. The thing that they're missing on this defense is that they don't have – every offense, every defense needs to have that elite player.
Yes.
They don't have that. They don't on any level. And I know that what Buda Baker was, and he's still a good player, but he's not elite. He's not a game changer
like he was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Like at one point in time, you were looking on a search for Buda Baker. Calais Campbell's a name that you remember. Calais is he's on the end. He's on his farewell tour.
He even walked like an old man.
Yeah. I watched Calais, and a lot of times, man, the ball snapped, Calais standing straight up. He just relying on old man strength and technique. But the last thing you want to be is when you in them trenches, I shouldn't be able to see the back of your numbers, flesh straight up every single snap. And he just old man. And he get down there sometime, and it's like it takes him a while to get down there. But to Nate's points, and if you remember, their head coach Jonathan Gannon, he was defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we remember playing him over there. And, of course, defensive-minded coach. And so they are disciplined in what they do. They guys play hard, and they give great effort. The problem is they just don't have a guy that can solely separate himself from the pack. And it's just a collection of dudes. And their superpower is that we get 11 guys working on the same plane at the same time consistently.
That's the difference between them and Cowboys.
Correct. Yeah. Is that they're not a talent. This is not a talented group. Like when you're not looking around like, man, wow, this guy, that guy.
They got Josh Sweat.
It ain't
that Josh Sweat.
It ain't that Josh Sweat. You know what I'm saying? Now
more
again,
like Keith Sweat.
Nobody, baby, and who can love you like? But I say that now, and I go, but it's the Cowboys, and so the level will go up when they play against the people. Like you said that they don't. I'm telling you what I saw. Okay. Again, good group. I like Will Johnson. He was a cornerback that a lot of people talked about in the draft. Some may say that he was a steal to go. No, he went. What did he go in the draft?
Will Johnson,
25,
second
round, right? Second round.
So.
Second round.
People like that was a steal for them in the second round. Like I said, some of the names you remember, but there's nothing that when I'm watching this group that I'm like, boy, you better watch out for this. You better watch out for him. You better do like. There isn't anything. They just a group that plays hard. They play disciplined football.
Even their pass rush, they just come as nobody. It's like everybody say, "Hey man, we're gonna take 18 steps, but we're gonna all do it together."
Yeah.
Nobody breaks free like you saw for Denver. Like you see them Nick break free, or you see 99 break free.
Right.
But everybody's just getting blocked, but they pushing their guy back. I'm like,
it's just one of those deals where they're like, man, and that's why you see some of the games have to come down to those one possessions because they're not trying to give up too many big plays, especially in the passing game. The coach ran well on them with Jonathan Taylor, and that's one of the first games that I watched because I said, all right, I want to see what can we do in the run game. How can we attack them up front? The passing game will come. I'm not worried about that. I know that what we got at CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, that'll come. But I'm like, man, can we get this run game going again so that we can get some more light boxes? The light boxes, I can take Shannon more shots down the football field when I got a light box. But if they feel like they can stop our run game with their front four, their front six, whatever, front seven, then they're going to keep dropping them guys in the back. And now you're going to have to figure out how to get those plus plays, those explosive plays, 15, 20-yard plus plays with two safeties back there.
How are they? They're doing pretty good in the passing game. They've only had one 300-yard passer, and then they held Green Bay to 168 yards passing. They played some decent offenses. Indy, Green Bay, Seattle's been throwing it around. What makes them so good in the pass?
They're consistent. Like if they're supposed to be in the zone, everybody's where they're supposed to be. So it makes it more difficult for you to complete. Like they're not busting plays. They're not misassignments. There's not like people out of position. They're just a group that's just like, we ain't really talented. And that's probably a conversation that coach probably had with them. Saying, hey, we ain't the most talented group in the world. We don't got a bunch of all pros running around here and pro bowlers running around here. So how are we going to be able to compete every single week? Do your job.
I was listening to Buda Baker on NFL. The NFL talk show for radio, and they had him on. And one of I don't know who the guy was, they played together, so he was on. And he said, man, remember when we used to meet with the DBs once a week to watch film? He said, oh, no, it ain't just the DBs now. It's every Friday we watch film to make sure we got our calls right. The whole team, the whole defense does this now. To make sure our calls are right, to make sure everybody's lined up. Even sometimes we'll say, hey, as a group, hey, we don't like this, and let's take it to the coach.
So that's all player driven.
I hate to say, I ain't want to say that, but Lord Jesus, I'm getting in a depressive state.
And it's only Wednesday. Wait till hold that till tomorrow.
He wanted to have an extra day.
Yeah,
He kept trying to have an extra day.
I don't want an extra day. I ain't coming in Friday.
Do you think this the Cowboys offense can at home? Obviously, it's a little bit of a different game. You can change the calls easier. Do you think that one of the reasons why the offense struggled a little bit is because of the environment they were in? The noise factor, Dak not being able to probably change calls at the line of scrimmage as much as he can when it's not quite as loud, or do you think it was just
they're better?
Their defensive line just that.
Some of I'm not going to discredit all of that. There is something to be said when you have to go on the road and deal with the environment, deal with the crowd noise, and so on and so forth. That does play a factor. They were better.
Yeah, because one of the things he's done really well this year is recognizing defenses, changing the call.
They were better up. They were better up front.
But we said we've been saying it for what now? This is the 8th week coming up. Ninth week.
It's 8th, 9th.
Golly, this season's going by so fast.
9th.
How many perfect games?
Right.
Let's just ask right now. How many perfect games you think Dak got left? I mean, for this season, because that's what it's going to take.
How many games are left?
Win.
Yeah.
9 games.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to play
6
perfect
6?
9 times.
That ain't happening.
So, but I'm saying
he's going to have 2 or 3. He's going to lay 2 or 3 more eggs.
Okay.
That
That answers the question, right?
Yeah.
I
mean, he's not going to get to 40, 2 or 3 more games. He might get to 32.
You can stretch it. You can give hope. You can do whatever you want. But these guys, and until we run that ball a little bit more effectively, because that is the light. It's two things that's saving our offensive line. When we can run the ball just effectively, just enough, and if Dak stay in his present state, if we can get that right there, then you got a chance. But if for some reason we decide that we can't run the ball at all, it's going to be a different game every time.
They haven't scored over – this is the good news. They haven't scored over 27 points all year.
But Jesse got a saying.
And they've only done that twice. So if we can get to 30 this week, we might be okay. How do y'all feel? Last thing before we go. It's only Wednesday. You're entitled to change your mind 2 or 3 more times before Friday. How do you feel the Cowboys' chances are this week against this team? 50-50?
Oh,
or should the Cowboys win this game?
I think the Cowboys should win this game.
So,
how you feel?
Partly because they're at home.
I just want to see how disciplined I don't know, brother, because I don't know how disciplined our offensive line is. We got to play a clean game, and I just don't see us playing a clean game. No offsides, I don't see a clean game, man.
All right. So a quarter of a point as of Wednesday. See if we can get to a point by Friday.
I think they should win this game, but Kyler Murray will be coming back. He will be coming back to AT&T Stadium.
Hasn't lost a game there, has he?
They offensively, I haven't watched them on tape yet. I've seen some of their games and what some of the things that will give us issues. They'll have them. Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, Zay Jones.
You just can't. You just can't keep lining. You can't just keep lining up just guys in your secondary. We lining up week in and week out just guys. Buda Baker has been an All-Pro. Thompson is played close to that level, and when they're in 2 deep safeties, what gets me when I see them in 2 deep. They can be as far back as 25 yards. Okay, why do our guys be up to 15? Why? when I can see All-Pro or potential All-Pro players back 25, what make our guys think they can come up to 15 and 12? I don't get it. I don't get it. Remember that route where Diggs fell? They ran that same route against this last team they played, Green Bay. They ran that same route. But you know what that dude did? When that dude optioned out there, he stood out there. He funneled him outside and turned and just ran. And was even right with him, just running. And the quarterback threw the ball, he just ripped it and tapped it down. That was the same thing they asked Diggs to do. But he want to come here and be Mr. Fancy. And he failed. And then next week, I'm an all-man man. I'm a man's man. Okay. All right, we got you.
All right.
I'm a man's man. Okay.
Good stuff, fellas. Tomorrow, Cowboys defense.
Remember I'm at 4th and long?
Cardinals offense. Same time, same place. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Josh, thanks for keeping him company. Be back tomorrow. Hanging with the boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!